Ready to move to the next level in your product career? I'm Shobit from Intentional Product Manager. Join me as we discuss ways to help you stand out in your job search and your career so you can have more impact and make more money. Hey, this is your host Shobit Chugh, welcoming you back to the Intentional Product Management Podcast. We're going to be talking today about Principle 2 of the Intentional Job Search series. In this principle, we're going to be talking about optimizing your job for your life and not the other way around. This episode is really about outcomes. Not hacks, not templates, but outcomes. Let's set the aim and let's have every decision serve it. So here's what I see with most job seekers. Most searches start with escape. Either it's a layoff, a manager you've grown, a title that tops out, just feeling frustrated. What happens is you start reacting. You chase what's available and you hope the next badge of honor that you get, it fixes the feeling that's going on right now in your life. The feeling that you don't want around. But here's the thing, it won't. This principle flips the script. You define the life you want, and then you choose the job that funds it, that enables it, that makes it happen. I want you to listen for 8 outcomes. These define a great job. They define a great year in that job. Number 1 is the week that you want to live. You want to finish most days with energy in the tank. Your calendar should reflect your strengths and not other people's emergencies. You can point to blocks of deep work, real recovery, and time with your kind of people. Second, work that compounds your strengths. You spend the majority of your time where you create outsized value, not juggling random tasks, not proving you can do it all. You're hired for a spike, and this job lets you use it. Number 3, scope that grows your career capital. You own decisions that change real outcomes. Revenue, retention, speed, focus. Your name is on decisions that matter. 12 months in, your story is bigger. Number 4, a manager that multiplies you. You get coaching, not control. Sponsorship, not absence or silence. They say your name in the room you're not in. And you leave one-on-ones clearer and more confident. One sidetrack on this. One of my mentors told me that, hey Shobit, do you realize most decisions about your career happen when you're not in the room? The projects you're going to get, whether you're going to get promoted or not, how people talk about you. Those happen when you're not there. And so, do you have a manager that's actually representing you and your best interests when you're not there? That's what matters. Number 5, a culture that reduces drama. Clear priorities, simple rhythms, hard problems, but low chaos. You don't pay a tax for trying to do the right thing. Number 6, compensation that matches your value and freedom. Pay that respects your impact, total comp that funds the life you want. No, work hard and we'll get you there, or no, we'll make it up next review. Now, look, I do want to be clear. It has to be compensation that matches your value. This does not mean that you start your first product management role and expect $1 million. We also got to be realistic, but it needs to reflect your value. Number 7, a learning edge you feel weekly. You're stretching in ways that will still matter many years from now. New altitude, new systems, new bets, not busy, but getting better every day. Number 8, a narrative that opens future doors. A role that makes your next chapter easier, not harder. Your story gains clarity, your options expand because you're owning amazing decisions, you're doing great work, and it's enabling you for future career growth, whether in the same company or somewhere else. This is really critical. When you're doing work that doesn't matter, that's below your level, that's not building on your strengths, your next role will be harder. So these 8 outcomes are the aim. Everything else, that's just noise. So now, how should this change your decisions? Well, when your aim is clear, you stop asking the question, can I get this job? You start asking, what does this job make easier, better, faster in my life? And what does it make hard? You stop asking, is the brand cool? You start asking, who do I become here? And what becomes true in 12 months? You stop chasing speed. You start building velocity, which is speed plus direction. I'll give you some examples, stories of some outcomes. One of our clients, Jody, entered the market during a surge of 300 applicant postings. Everyone's applying. First some calls, then silence. The grind pulled her into doubt. What changed wasn't a trick. It was a reset toward outcomes that mattered to her. Steady growth, belonging, honest pace. She showed up with support, owned her story, and passed on roles that didn't fit. An earlier no circled back months later as data acquisition role that matched how she wanted to work and learn. The outcome was a job aligned with her growth and her energy. And by the way, if you've ever met Jody, you can immediately sense that energy. And so now this is a job that aligns with that, not just another role that's just there. Another example, Puneet. Puneet sat in product ops, itching to move towards product management. He didn't just need any job. He was already at Google. He needed scope that counted, calm weeks, and the chance to lead without theater. He aimed at roles where his strategic thinking, orchestration, shipping without drama mattered. An outcome was a staff level seat with real decisions and a week he actually wanted to live. And then there's Niharika. She had a brand before, but she didn't have traction. Screens just kept stalling. The outcome wasn't get anything fast. It was a job that recognized her true level. When she recognized it, the job recognized it. Let her lead and moved her story forward. She aimed higher. She actually went up a level, tightened her message to impact, and stayed supported. Outcome, momentum, clarity, and a role that matched the leader that she already was. Different people, same idea. Aim at outcomes and let the market catch up to your story. Saying no is very often how you get the right yes. Offers you decline are just as important as offers you accept. Say no to a title that steals your evenings. Say no to a manager who wants a pair of hands. Say no to freedom that really means chaos. Say no to compensation structures that take your peace away. Every no funds the right yes. Every no protects those 8 outcomes. Now, in theory, all of this sounds good, but how do you feel those fit in conversations? Look, you don't need a complicated rubric. You need a clear ear. Ask these questions and listen for these signals. Number 1, they know why the role exists. They can name the business problem in plain language. Number 2, they know what good looks like. They can describe success in a year, not just in a backlog. Number 3, they respect time and focus. They run clear meetings. They answer questions directly. Number 4, they talk about outcomes, not heroics. They want systems, not saviors. Product managers pay extra attention. You don't want to be a savior. You want to build a system. Number 5, they value your edge. They light up when you talk about how you create value. And if you don't hear this, believe it, because silence is a signal too. Now, you can ask questions that reveal the truth. Keep 3 questions ready. Short, direct, non-negotiable. Number 1, what business results will this role own in the next 12 months? Listen for clarity. Number 2, what consistently gets in the way here and what support exists to remove it? Listen for honesty. Every organization has obstacles. The better ones, they're just aware of it. Number 3, what would make you say, I am so glad we hired this person a year from now? Listen for outcomes, not adjectives. English is my second language. Their answers tell you who they are and what your weeks will feel like. Now, how does this protect your energy? When you aim at outcomes, your nervous system calms. You stop sprinting at every ping, you start choosing. Your energy transfers differently, you sound clear, you feel grounded, and people trust grounded. That trust changes offers. It also changes compensation. Perceived value moves bands, which means that you have a higher perceived value, you might get to the higher level. So what does it change in your outreach? Stop writing, I'm exploring new opportunities. Start writing the outcome you create in the life you're optimizing for. For example, I build clarity in high growth teams and reduce time to impact by aligning product sales and success. I'm focused on staff level scope with ownership of activation and retention. If that's a gap on your team, happy to compare notes. You tell them what you're good at. You tell them what you're looking for. And this clarity, even with outreach, will result in you getting much better targeted roles. That line signals outcomes. It signals a life that you've designed. It signals that you know what you want. It knows what you're good at, and it filters the right rooms in. Now, what changes in your self-talk? Probably the most difficult part of job search. Old script, I need a job. New script, I'm building a life and the right job is one piece of it. Old script, I hope they like me. New script, I'm checking if this supports the outcome that matter. Old script, I'll make it work. New script, I'll make it right. This isn't posturing. This is ownership. Now, there are times when trade-offs are worth it. Sometimes you accept a short-term trade-off. But it works when you know that it eventually leads to these 8 outcomes. If the short term buys long term outcomes, then yes. If not, pass. A simple check before you say yes. Before you accept, answer 3 lines out loud. My weeks will look like this. Describe the calendar blocks you'll be proud to live. I'll be measured by this. Name the outcomes you own. This decision moves my story forward because say how your options expand. If you can't say it cleanly, the fit is not clean. Now, when you optimize the job for your life, the split second principle, which we described in the last episode, gets easier because your signal is specific and true. The business case principle sharpens because you chase outcomes you can prove. The hero's principle deepens because your arc has clear stakes. The politician principle lands because you repeat a message that matters. The energy transfer principle stabilizes because clarity steadies you and gives you energy. The leverage principle speeds everything up because you get targeted help. Life first, then everything compounds. Principle 2 is not a worksheet, it's a standard. A week you want to live, work that compounds your strength, scope that grows your capital, a manager who multiplies you, a culture with less drama, compensation that funds your life, a learning edge you can feel, and a narrative that opens doors. Aim at this. Choose like this. Speak like this. And in episode 3, we'll turn your past into a clear business case so leaders can see the ROI of hiring you fast. If you want help aligning your next move to these outcomes, I encourage you to go to intentionalproductmanager.com/apply. Let's build a job that serves your life. This is Shobit. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, leave a review, and spread the word of this podcast. Hey, be sure to check out our website at intentionalproductmanager.com to see how you can level up in your career.